cars are lined up on the grid as they wait for the lights to go out. The revs are building. Let's go racing!
Welcome one and all to the final race and the final round of Season 9 here at Wheel to Wheel Racing. We are at the home of Australian motorsport, Mount Panorama in beautiful Bathurst, New South Wales. It's the Super Enduro to finish off the season, and my God, it's been a season to remember. Joining me in the commentary box tonight is Viper's fan. Good evening, Viper.
Good evening. I'm excited about this one. 43 laps around the spiritual home of motorsport in Australia. You can't get much better than that.
No, you cannot. And joining us on visuals tonight is Hammy. Good evening, Hammy.
Yes. Yeah, good.
Hopefully got those gremlins out of your system, buddy, for 43 sprint laps tonight.
Yeah, I think so.
Good to see. Well, racing starting soon. We do have a division championship on the line here. It is the Split 3 championship, I believe. And part of that division fight is Maccajack in the Mustang. So looking to see Maccajack getting a solid race time tonight and fight for division honours in Split 3. I believe that's the only fight we've got to look forward to so far, Viper. I guess you can correct me on that.
Yeah, that's right. It's a bit unfortunate that the other two guys in this fight were promoted this week up into Split 2, so they've raced in Split 2. But at least now Maccajack will know exactly what he has to do to get the W.
He will exactly. We'll do a quick run through of the tyres, and then we won't waste these guys' time too much longer. We'll kick the race off. So, Sekker's your pole position driver in the Porsche 911. He is starting on the soft tyres. Queensland Devil Racer in second place. He will be starting on the mediums in the Corvette C7, running the True Blue livery. Third place, we have Slati run the Hyundai Genesis. He will be starting on the mediums as well. Give us the next few positions, Viper.
So, we've got Gimp Man in fourth place. He's, I'm not sure what tyres he's running on. Let me just quickly jump back in, sorry. Oh no, wait, sorry, wrong button.
Looks like he's on the mediums on the timing sheet.
Yes, so mediums for him. Then who else have we got? Molten Ash.
Molten Ash starting at the 9th position.
Sorry, my seems like my timing screen's glitching a little bit, jumping all over the place.
Jump into the member list. So jump back out.
Oh, yeah, here we go.
And go into the member list. We'll go from there.
Yeah, so sorry about that. So we've got
And then double
Palmer, War Darth Berserk, then Broken Spoke, then division title hopeful Maccajack in the Mustang.
He's starting on the mediums in 8th spot.
Molten Ash after that in 9th. And Smurf
in 10th spot on the softs, and then rounding out the field we've got Bozza in the Mercedes AMG in 11th on mediums, and MCDC in 12th, also starting on softs. And that's the field tonight. Looks like Brutal will not be making it tonight, unfortunately, so sad to see sad to see him miss out on Bathurst, the home of motorsport. And
that's a shame. It's always exciting when Brutal's in the lobby.
Yeah, look, he's been showing some good pace the last week or so. So look forward to him sticking around for season 10. But without further ado, let's kick things off. Just let everyone know that we're kicking things off, and it is 43 laps tonight. 4 stops, 3 stops have been the big discussion this week, and it looks like 4 stops is the way to go. If you want to play it a bit more aggressively on the pace, 3 stops if you can save the fuel.
Yeah, these guys are definitely going to have a couple of strategies up their sleeve. Because if they get caught in a bunch and they can save fuel, they might want to swap to a 3 stop. If they get out in their own and they can run fast laps, then they might want to run a 4 stop. So.
Yeah, that's what will have to happen very quickly though, with the amount of fuel that is burnt through Bathurst. But we're on the grid. Who are we on board with, Hammy?
The Gimp Man.
Sure, we'll jump on board with our resident Gimp, and the engines light up, lights are on, and lights out, and away we go for the final time this season. It's a very packed grid and awesome start from the guys across the board. They're 4 wide into turn 1.
Oh no, disaster. Is there going to be disaster? Everyone's through. I can't believe everyone got through.
Somehow managed to get through. A little bit of grass picked up on the exit there, but as they go up Mountain Straight, your top 3 is Queensland Devil Racer, Secca's 8888, and the Gimp in 3rd. Gimp Man just giving Secca's a bit of a push through turn 2, and they're 2 wide behind with Slarty Bar, Darth Berserk on the outside. Broken Spokes shoves it down the inside there of Darth Berserk and makes position up through the cutting.
So yeah, we've got everyone's a little bit nose to tail at the moment. It'll take a couple of laps for things to shake out. But the guy we want to keep an eye on for the Division Championship, Maccajack, he's back in 10th. So hasn't had the best start. And we'll keep an eye on him and see how he progresses through.
Yeah, a bit of a slow start there for Maccajack, and we've got the Gimp Man in 5th place at the moment. He's made a bit of a mess down through the cutting. He's lost a couple of positions, but he's kept the car on the straight and narrow. And down the inside, Darth Berserk down Forest Elbow, trying to shove it down there on Bozza, and that doesn't work out for him. He finds the wall on the inside there and loses a bit of time. He's got Montnash in the V12 Aston clawing time, hand over fist. Probably won't look for the move down the inside. The chase here, first lap. Yeah, doesn't think of a move down the inside. Thinking of the long game here.
Yeah, it's a decision you have to make when you're coming down there in that draft. There, you've got to, do I pull out? Do I make the pass, or do I just stick here and save some fuel and some tyres and hopefully pass them, a little bit later?
So after the first of 43 action-packed laps, we've got Queensland Devil Racer leading the way, followed by Secca's 888 in that beautiful Autobahn livery Porsche, might I add. And in 3rd place, Slarty Bar in the Hyundai Genesis.
Then we've got Broken Spoke, Gimp Man in another of the Porsches. There's a couple of Porsches in here tonight, so that'll be interesting to watch. And
MGDC in 8th spot, looking down the inside of Bozza as they go up through Quarry. Bit sideways through the apex and the exit, but gets the move done. A little bit of rubbing. And that's just condensed that field there from 7th spot down.
Oh, he's wide. Bozza's wide through the corner.
Yeah, Bozza's a bit wide there through the cutting. That's going to put Montnash on the outside there. He doesn't want to be out there. Maccajack's trying to make a move down the inside there. They're 2 by 2 going up through Silman Park. They're all catching a bit of grass or a bit of wall, and they sort themselves out back to line of stern, but that's not somewhere that you want to really run too wide, and that's caused a lot of time loss there for those guys from 8th downwards.
Yeah, that's definitely some adventurous driving up through the top of the mountain up there, that's for sure.
Oh no, big incident at the Forest Elbow. Can we get a replay please with Broken Spoke? Broken Spoke got into the back of Slarty Bar, and then Gimp Man just had nowhere to go, got to the side of Broken Spoke.
Position's
in position 6.
Yep, we got the replay. Broken spokes in 4th. Coming down to the last corner. I think he got in contact with Slidey Bar and then just tapped the wall and stopped.
Back to the action now. Looks like at the front of the field, Queensland Devil Racer and Seekers have pulled out a 1.5 gap out in the front, and they don't look like they're saving much fuel. So I'd say they're looking like 4-stop strategies for those boys.
And behind that pack, Slarty Bar was just out of the groove there at Quarry and lost a spot to Darth Berserk and found a bit of wall on the exit there for his troubles as well.
Then we've MCDC in the Mercedes, and Broken Spoke and Molten Ash have now all sort of split up. They were the guys who were over the top of the mountain altogether. They've seemed to have sorted themselves out. Bozza 777 followed by Gitman fighting his way back up through the field in the Porsche.
Gitman on a purple here after through second segment is about 8/10 up on the fastest lap at the moment, which is Darth Berserk with a 204.07, but look for that time to drop a little bit more as the race progresses, as the guys get their eyes in.
What's that? What have we got here? We've got a bit of a situation developing at the front here. Seekers 888's on the softs. He's going to need to clear Devil Racer, and it looks like he's going to try and do that now, coming down into Hell Corner.
Just gives him a push. Maybe he doesn't realise that Devil Racer is on the mediums there. And this is probably playing into Devil's hands. However, the fuel situation between Seekers and Devil is a whole postcode apart at the moment.
Yeah, that
Seekers
Porsche
still on the 3/4 mark, and Devil considerably less.
tucked in behind that massive Corvette. That Porsche is going to get sucked along quite easily.
Field's starting to spread out now as they sort themselves out. Lap 4, Maccajack, the one to keep an eye on at the moment, in 11th spot, getting his medium stint out of the way in that Mustang. A real challenge for him tonight to try and make the time he needs to make to swirl the Division 3 championship and take the chockies home.
Yeah, Bozza looks like he's in 9th, is the next medium runner after Queensland Devil Racer. And then Smurf, and then I think and Palmer's on softs, stuck back in the pack. So yeah, we're gonna have some interesting tyre changeovers in the next little bit. I just wonder if anyone's going to stop early on their mediums and get them out of the way. 4 or 5 laps. Just get those mediums done and then run softs till the end.
Battle for 4th at the moment. MCDC's just gone and slipped past Slarty Bar in the Falcon Tyres Mercedes. Slarty Bar had no answer there and is just fighting another day.
How good
at the moment.
Are these retro liveries?
Yeah, look, there's a few blokes that had a go making these liveries, and my God, they're looking really good. A fresh lick of paint across the board for the league, for our annual Bathurst Heritage Round. Also including Bathurst 12-hour liveries as well as Bathurst 1000 liveries or the 500-mile race as well, if they've gone back far enough. I know Expat Seppo went running with the old Jaguars from way back when. We've even got ourselves a safety car in the race as well under Smurf and your mum in the Shannon's Jaguar safety car. Hopefully...
He's at the wrong end of the field, but needs to be out the front in that thing.
Yeah, look, I think he's trying to pedal up to make it up there, but he's just needs to find a few more horsepowers at the moment, or guys at the front just needs to slow down a little bit and honour the safety car rules. But the new fastest lap at the moment, MCDC in the Mercedes-Benz, I believe it is. Yes, the Falcon Tyres Mercedes. At 202.658, so those times is dropping like flies at the moment. Showing the softs and the medium runners, or showing who's the soft runner and who's the medium runners are at the moment.
And I'm just super curious why Seekers 888 is just sticking in here behind a medium car. I mean, I guess he's not slowing him up that much. But, definitely saving some fuel, so maybe he's just looking to jump him in the pit stop.
I would think that would be the case there, Viper, because that Porsche does not have the legs compared to the Corvette down up Mountain Straight and then down Conrod Straight. I mean, Seckers is a bit quicker than Devil across the top of the mountain. In terms of the straights where most of the time he's made or lost. He's just playing the smart game, and Mac Jack's already in the pits in lap 5, getting rid of his mediums. A bold and early move here for Mackie Jack, but it's the type of action we like to see for a division championships, and bold moves that could potentially pay dividends later on.
Yeah, you've got to do something to set yourself apart. Looks like he's topping the tank all the way to the top too.
Just to give you an idea, the pace the top 3 are running at the moment, Seckers is only about a tenth slower than Devil Race, though, with a 203.2 last lap, and Devil with a 3.3. Darth Berserk in 3rd place ran a 203.6. But the lap before that, his lap 4 time was a 203.1, so there is some pace in there for Darth Berserk. And then 4th place to MCDC, who's got our fastest lap at the moment at 203.4 as well. So guys across the top 4 here at the moment are pretty tight on the times.
No.
Considering Devil Racer is the only one on mediums out of those 4.
Broken Spoke is showing some good pace, but man, is that Aston thirsty.
Yeah, I've completely forgot about Broken Spoke in 6th spot.
He's 203s and 202s,
but having to run that automatic gearbox.
Yeah, he's nearly down to quarter of a tank, and Slidey Bar in front of him still on half a tank. So that Aston is sucking in some petrol like no one's business.
Might be able to make some work on the 8 lappers. He's just hanging in here behind Slidey Bar at the moment, just easing off the throttle, trying to save as much fuel as he possibly can on that automatic gearbox. A 2.954 for his last lap though, so he's definitely got some pace. Can't deny him that.
Going to see if we can get that Hyundai to tow him around a little bit. Maybe get an extra lap.
It's more about the lift and coast for Broken Spoke on making his fuel, or making the fuel number for him. Not being able to manage the gears and the gearbox in that car is going to be his biggest challenge for the rest of the night. He's been able to reap the rewards throughout the season a few times, so he knows what he needs to do. Bathurst just another challenge that he's gonna knock out of the park tonight.
We've got Palmer down the back of the field there. Judging by his lap times, he's either having a very bad day or he's looking at doing maybe a 3-stop.
Need to find a little bit more time if he's going for the 3-stop. I would probably suggest more or less that he's probably just having a bad day in that Erebus Motorsport Mercedes livery there.
Yeah, he's going to need to run probably 204s to 205s, you know, some 203s, some 204s to make a 3-stop work. So it's not
just to give you an idea of the pace, how far off the pace he is. Mackajack did a 201.3 last lap, albeit being his out lap. Palmer only managed 206.6 there, so
pit stops happening for the leaders.
And Devil's out of the pits on a fresh set of softs, full tank of fuel. He's right behind Palmer, so we want to get past him as quick as you can. Mackajack's been able to jump both Bozza and Smurf. So Mackajack up to 10th. Devil Racer looking down the inside of Palmer. Oh, there's a bit of door bashing there on the apex of the corner, but Devil gets through, no issues.
And Seekers looks like he's stayed out in the front there. He's going to run some fresh air.
He's got the fuel to run another at least 2, possibly even 3 laps here in that Porsche.
If he can get to 11, he might be able to do a... No, I don't think he's going to get to 11. But if he can stretch it to 11, he can possibly do a 3-stop.
Again, that fuel gauge between Darth Berserk, MCDC, Seckers is looking really good. So don't rule him out for going 11 just yet. And he's maintaining pace as well, so Seckers really doing a good job there in the
He's
Porsche.
Definitely, if he can run that pace and do a 3-stop, that's going to be competitive at the end. He is getting closed in on by that big Corvette. He might even be tempted to let Darth Berserk go past if he can get onto him. I know Darth Berserk's just made a mistake coming out of Hell Corner. Run a little bit wide and drop the tyre in the dirt.
Look, the last lap there's about a half-second difference in lap time, but overall, Seckers and Darth Berserk are both matching.
Oh, broken spoke into the wall at Griffin's.
Well, that's no good there for Spoke. He's let the Gimp man through, and he's found the wall again at the cutting.
Struggling with those tyres, rear tyres I think are on their way to oblivion.
And Slidey Bar's right under that massive rear wing there of the Aston. Interesting that Broken Spoke made the pass on Slidey. Potentially a mistake then made by Slidey Bar.
Yeah, not sure what happened there.
But Gimp Man in 4th and Slidey Bar in 6th, still in a quarter of a tank, and Broken Spoke in 5th on his 9th lap. Running on the smell of an oily rag. And by the sounds of it, Palmer has retired the car. Hardware issues for Palmer, so...
Yeah, I thought something was up with him. He was definitely way off his normal pace.
And that's a shame. Shame to see stuff like that happen, especially the final race of the season. You want to be there right at the end and finish off your season strong.
See, you know, real world motorsport and sim racing. You know, you can have mechanical failures in sim racing as well. So it's not just the real world guys that get the broken things every now and again.
Yeah, look, same thing happened. Well, not same, similar thing happened to Gordok last week, where missing the pits, finding the tyre barrier, and then having to do that full lap without a tank of fuel was just a bit too much for him, and he decided to park the car, again repping the Mustang. Gordok was. So Bathurst Spit's another one.
Yeah, it's a harsh place, and Tika's out in front. Yeah, he's definitely got the fuel strategy happening to run a 3-stop here.
Gap at the moment between Seckers and Devil Race is about 30 seconds. Across the top of the mountain, that's stabilising a little bit.
Yeah, Devil's definitely coming for him. Purple lap. And we've got Darth Berserk's about 7 seconds behind Devil. So he Seekers might come out somewhere in between them.
And MCDC flashing red on the gauge, doing an 11th lap, so that's a bold move there by MCDC. Same with Gimpman as well on the Jim Beam Porsche in 3rd spot. Seckers still got plenty of fuel to burn, and Montnash next into the pits for 13R Autosport in his Aston.
Running on fumes with 2 litres left in the tank. So what's the pit stop delta around here? You reckon it's about 40 seconds?
It's about 30-40 seconds, I believe, from what I was doing a bit earlier on.
Yeah, I thought it was about 40 seconds.
Because there's a bit of a transit time from entry to your box, and then fueling, fuel speed there as well, with everyone running empty tanks. Everyone pretty much taking on full tanks of petrol. Is 40 seconds, you are about right there, Viper.
Yeah, that's gonna put Seekers behind War Darth Berserk and in front of Macajak. And still with his mediums.
It might be a little bit less potentially, but
just don't do what I did and get that 5-second penalty on pit entry.
Yeah, I heard about that just as the race was starting, and old Matt Madruski managed to pick that one up as well through practice. So I didn't ask him how.
It's on pit entry. If you get all 4 wheels off onto the grass in that little switchback section, it stings your 5-second penalty on pit exit. Okay, now we'll figure out where everyone's going to shake out. MCDC's in, Gimpman's in, Slarty Bar's in, Seekers 888's in, all with next to nothing in the tank, and Devil Racer and War Darth Berserk.
Across the line, Devil Racer into turn 1. Darth Berserk as well now across the line.
Seekers is on his way out.
Into turn 1, and Seckers gets jumped considerably by Devil.
Yeah,
still
in
ahead
between them.
of Darth Berserk. Maccajack leading a horde of cards up to MCDC in 4th spot.
Well, that's going to be adventurous across the top of the mountain with those 4 guys.
Yeah, Gimpman falling in behind those guys. I think that was the safe move there for Gimp. And Maccajack leading a quartet of Smurf, Bozza and Broken Spoke.
Smurf looks like he wants to get on with it too.
Yeah, Smurf's a very racy bloke, especially in the Shannon safety car, looking to get up to the front of the field where he belongs.
You chuck the lights on and just slow everyone down and win the race. That's unbeatable strategy. He's just got to get to the front first.
He's almost there.
Guys, while they've all pitted, do you want to go through all the liveries that we have tonight?
Absolutely.
Start with number 1, Devil Racer.
And I'm guessing we've got some livery cards for these blokes, do we?
Oh, I've only got them up. Yeah, I've just got it up on screen.
Bear with me one moment. Not prepared for this classic wheel-to-wheel stream. But Queensland Devil Racer is running the true blue livery. See if we can get some more information for you on that one.
That's a Dick Johnson livery.
Look, if you know your stuff, Viper, take over for me, mate.
I think it's circa 90s. I think that was the livery that he was running when he famously hit the rock at the chase. At Forest Elbow and went into the forest. But yeah, that's a classic Bathurst livery there, Dick Johnson. Anyone who's a Ford fan will know that one very well.
Credit to Moulton Ash for that one, for the True Blue Ford in the Chevrolet. Devil Race considering the True Blue and DJR partnership a pivotal part for Ford in their Supercars and AT Australian Touring Car Championship history. So solid job there from Moulton Ash for the Devil.
Yeah, that's a beautiful job. The Moulton Ash has done an awesome job with that one. It looks absolutely spot on. It looks great on the Corvette too, which, bit of sacrilege there being a Ford, a Ford livery on a Chevy, but it is what it is.
Can't knock it too much. It the Corvette does look really good with a lot of liveries. As we if we can just pop on into 3rd place, Darth Berserk, I believe. Seca's Triple Eight, the Autobahn livery was his full season livery for that one. So 3rd place for Darth Berserk, please.
Yep.
Get some information for that one.
Yeah, Red Bull livery, on the Corvette looks great. The Gear Wrench sponsorship. I wonder if that might be a 12-hour livery.
No, Darth Berserk running the 2019 Red Bull tribute to the man himself, Peter Brock. That Triple Eight Holden finished 4th spot in the 2019 running at the 1000. Paying homage to the Lord, I'm going to assume that is a it's a Holden of some sort.
Holden Commodore.
The Commodore's just trying to pick out the original livery on the original car. Got the picture here in front of me. Maybe you guys in the chat probably know who we're talking about. But a nice little homage to the man that made Bathurst the track that it is, in the late great Peter Brock.
Yeah, what a legend. The gone too soon, man, the myth, the legend. So we've got that Falcon Tyres Mercedes in 4th place.
Can't see anything for MCDC on the Falcon Tyres livery, but I'm fairly certain it would have to involve a 12-hour team of some sort there.
Yeah, I don't have that one.
Yeah, I think that's a Bathurst 12-hour livery, I'm pretty sure.
Do you have Seekers?
The Autobahn Porsche.
Yeah. Driven by Craig Lowndes and Steve Richards in the Bathurst.
So Seckers was a... Okay, my mistake there. I thought Seckers was running that livery throughout the season, so...
Oh, I think he has. I think he's run it for the last couple... Well, he's only been in for the last 3 rounds, I think, and I think he has been running that the whole time, so...
Yeah, so Seckers running the Craig Lowndes final drive of the mountain. That was the 2018 Holden Commodore, driven by Craig Lowndes and Stevie Richards, winning that edition of the 1000. So maybe something is in a Lowndes here tonight, Seckers, to go for the victory across the mountain. And as soon as we say that, he improves his PB on lap 15 with a 202.928. Devil Racer at the moment with the purple with a 202.4. And as we've been distracted with the liveries at the moment, Maccajack's gone in for his second stop in the Mustang. Hopefully we haven't missed too much moment.
Just, Seekers is pulling some time back on Devil Racer in that Porsche, and he's also significantly gapped Darth Berserk, because they were only half a second apart out of that first pit stop, and he's put 5 seconds on him in pretty short order.
Wow.
So that's some decent pace.
And comparing the fuel at the moment, I know Devil Race is due in to the pits this time around, but the fuel situation for Seckers is looking very good. About halfway between half tank and 3/4 on lap 16. So the longer running suiting the Porsche around the mountain. Gimp man in 6th spot in the same position. Probably a good chance now to give Gimp a bit of spotlight for his livery. One of the many talented liveries and decals gentlemen of the league, running the 2007 DJR Falcon, driven by Junior Johnson and Will Davison. finishing third at that year's 1000. Mentioning as well, that would be the Dick Johnson Racing last podium at the mountain for about 10 years. So looking to find podium pride in the Jim Beam number 17. Again, bringing in is in a Junior Johnson, hopefully, and a good shout out to the Gimp. One of the, again, like I said, one of the many talented livery guys of Wheel to Wheel.
Yeah, definitely. He did my and Tooligan's classic Jags, the JSR Jags that we ran last week. So big shout out to Gimp Man for helping us out with that.
Yeah, he also got me an art car he made me an art car for the final round of the season. Unfortunately, that didn't get to see the light of day. I made sure I got plenty of practice time though. Shouting out all our sponsors for Wheel to Wheel, and while we're in a bit of a lull of action at the moment, let's give our world famous sponsors a bit of a mention tonight. Again, making this season all the more possible for us and really ensuring that Wheel to Wheel racing stretches all four corners of the globe on GT Sport and soon into GT7. So again, a big shout out to the guys at Races World, providing dedicated support for motorsport event operators from grassroots racers all the way up to professionals. Contact them through their website at races.world. Next guys we'll shout out is the Brisbane Insurance Brokers. Brisbane Insurance Brokers have been recognised as the best in commercial and industrial insurance. They can help with all manners of general insurance needs, including a personal insurance for your home and car. Find out more today at brisbaneinsurancebrokers.com.au.
No. Oh, Slidey bar's gone around at Hell Corner into the fence. He was battling with Devil Racer.
Get a replay of that one for us there.
He's in 8th place. Sorry to cut you off there. It's at the
last
always
corner.
when you're trying to do something, the action happens.
He come around the first corner and hit the hit the sand and spun it.
It's very unfortunate there for Slidey Bar. He was running a really good race at that point.
And now Devil's stuck behind Molten Ash, trying to get past, going down through the cutting.
Give Molten Ash again another guy that runs the livery department at Wheel to Wheel. We'll give him a bit of coverage on his livery. I'll try and find some information on that one.
But Queensland Devils just cleared him, so that's certainly going to help Devils' cause. He was getting held up there.
Darth Berserk in the pits, as well as Broken Spoke. And we'll just jump back on board with Malt Nash, if we could please, Hammy, because we have some information here on his livery. So Maltnash running the 1995 Landsville Smash Repairs VP Commodore from 1995. Driven by Trevor Ashby and Steve Reed. A couple of privateers who ran about 20 odd years in the Australian Touring Car / V8 Supercar Championship season, so well done to those guys. Running a strong privateer entry throughout that era of racing. Unfortunately, they DNF'd on lap 132 of the Great Race, so hopefully that bad luck stays well away from Moulton-Ash. We aren't running the full 161, so...
We have a lap 32.
We do. So say your prayers for Moulton-Ash on lap 32. Hopefully the Lansville Smash Repairs car can make it past the 32 lap mark.
Let's hope they don't need to work on that car in their own shop.
But Steve Reed and Trevor Ashby running the mountain from 86 to 2001. So 16 years straight running on the mountain.
Yeah, that's impressive. Then we've got Seekers at the front. He's running. He's still got a quarter of a tank. So he could...
He's got about 25 seconds on Devil at the moment. I think he'll probably want to find probably another 5 or 10 seconds more potentially on Queensland Devil for the win.
Yeah, Devil's done a 203 and a 202 in there, held up by those slower cars in the mid-pack.
Well, Secca's last lap on lap 19 was a 203.7. Queensland Devil ran a 202.5, so clawing back a bit over a second on Secca's at the moment from the last lap.
And this is just all going to come down to that last stint.
And who's going to limit those mistakes the most?
So yeah, Devil's next on Devil's radar is Gimp Man. He's 11 seconds in front.
Gitman looking good on fuel, is just ticked down below the quarter tank mark. Same with Secca's in first place. Bit of a gap there though between Gimp and Devil, about 11.5 seconds. Devil really winding out that True Blue Corvette as much as he can.
We've got War Darth Berserk, 47 seconds back. Did something happen to Darth? He just seems to be a bit further back on time than I would expect.
Pit stop on lap 18.
Oh, okay, so he just hasn't cycled back through.
Yeah, his
properly
lap
yet.
18 time was a 2:42, which would indicate a pit stop.
Yeah, very slow out lap too, 2:06.
Smurfing your mum in 6th spot at the moment.
He's running some good times. He's got a 2-minute flat there. That must have been an out lap.
202s, 203s for Smurf, his last 3 laps there. A little bit inconsistent on the time, but running relatively good pace in the Jaguar. Failed to mention this at the top of the broadcast. Both the Jaguar and the Corvette are the cream of the crop cars for Bathurst.
Yeah, I must admit, driving the Jaguar around here last week was a lot of fun. except for the human interface error in between the car and me.
New fastest lap out of Devil Racer, 202.097. So Devil is not easing back whatsoever. A big shout out to Devil Racer for doing the midweek race interviews for the drivers in Split 3, Split 2 and Split 1.
Yeah, how good was that to see some actual human faces?
Yeah, finally get some faces to the names here of Wheel to Wheel. Just to confirm that we are not a league of bots, we are a league of people.
I'd just like to say, I did not realise Chris was a 12-year-old boy. That's one of those baby faces right there, man.
Any chance we'll get a face to your name anytime soon, Viper?
Oh yeah, definitely. I'm definitely down for that. I've got I actually just picked up on the weekend the PlayStation camera for my PlayStation. So next season I'm gonna live stream some of my races. So we'll have my little face in the camera in the corner.
Professional streamer alert coming through here.
Yeah, I wouldn't go that far, but anyway.
What about you, Hammy? Gonna get a face in the name anytime soon for you, buddy?
I'm the man behind the camera.
I'll have to put you in front of a camera soon, buddy.
I just put a pre-warning out there that it is not a glamorous space. Let's just go there right now.
We haven't seen yours yet, Viper. So.
No, I was talking about mine. That's what I was talking about.
I got broken spokes livery up.
Yeah, jump on board with Broken Spoke. We'll give him a bit of a mention as he's flying behind Mac Jack in the 9th position. Let's try and get Broken Spoke's details up on his livery. I believe Broken Spoke is here, another one of the livery gentlemen in the Wheel to Wheel department. Or
I'm not sure. But possibly, there's quite a few. There's quite a few of the livery gurus out there.
And here we are. So livery was done by Molten Ash for Broken Spoke. For the 2021 Bathurst 1000 wildcard entry of Russell Ingle and Brock Feeney, I believe oldest and youngest pairing to run the mountain. Correct me on that if I'm wrong there, Viper.
No, they were definitely the youngest and oldest. There was a lot of publicity about that going around at the time.
I believe Brock Feeney is taking over the shoes of Jamie Whincup for Triple Eight this season.
Yeah, that's right. He's definitely fast. That's for sure. He's one of those young guys who's just inherently quick. Doesn't matter what he gets in, what car it is. He's just fast.
Ensuring that the Super Cheap Auto name was with the 1000 for another year in that Aston Martin. Super Cheap Auto making a few adverts.
That was so funny.
Throughout the season, mentioning their dismay losing the title sponsorship for the 1000, but we'll gloss over that. Unfortunately, those guys retired with about 17 laps to go. Brock Feeney finding the wall in his...
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, where was that? Up.
So we've made it past this, finding the wall at the Great.
Yeah, the Great. Yeah, that's right.
He's managed to get through the Great over 17 times now, Broken Spoke. He's past the 17 lap mark. Hopefully he will get past the 17 to go mark as well. and we won't see a retirement out of Brokenspoke. A lot of these guys, a couple of guys picking liveries with a bit of bad luck to them. As he's going horribly, he gets a bit of a tank slap out of the exit of the chase.
Yeah, that's having that Mustang in your rear mirror is never a fun thing.
I guess we're due about, well, probably a little bit over halfway mark now. I guess we're due for a run through the field, Viper, just to give everyone a bit of a coverage and just to let everyone know what's going on. So, currently in the lead at the moment is Queensland Devil Race and the True Blue Corvette. He's got about 14 seconds on Seckers in the Autobahn Porsche in second place.
We've got Smurf in the safety car, the Shannon's safety car in the Jag.
Gradually making its way to the front.
Yeah, and I still maintain that he's got the winning strategy. Just get out in front, flash the safety car lights on and stop the race and declare himself the winner. Kind of like F1 style, right? And then we've got Darth Berserk in the Red Bull Corvette. He's 24 seconds behind a leader, 5 seconds behind Smurf, and coming hard. So,
fifth place, we've got Dick Johnson's Jim Beam running by our resident Gimp in the Porsche. He's only about a second behind Darth Berserk.
And Milo Award winner for the second year running, Gimp Man.
You'll have to give me the lowdown on that Milo Award. I missed that one.
The GIF Master was the best GIF producer for the Discord was Gimp Man's award.
Jesus Christ, that man is he's got a few gifts up his sleeve.
He does like a GIF, the old Gimp, that's for sure.
Sixth place, MCDC in the Falcon Tyres Mercedes, about a second and a half behind the resident Gimp in sixth spot.
We got another Mercedes following him in Bozza 777. He's about 5 seconds behind with Broken Spoke hot on his heels. 32 seconds behind the leader. Then Broken Spoke right up his you know what. And then
ninth place, Maccajack in the Mustang. Running a good race so far. Probably not where he would like to be on track. Probably would like to be a little bit further up the grid, but he's running a solid race so far in that Mustang. About 36 seconds off the Devil in first spot, and about 4 seconds from Broken Spoke in the V12. And rounding out the top 10 is Molten Ash in the Lansville Smash Repair Aston. He's about 13 seconds off Maccajack, which would make me believe he's just come out of a pit stop.
Yeah, he's got fresh mediums,
pit stop.
And he's got decent fuel.
Yeah, getting his medium tyres out of the way in the middle of the race. And rounding out the runners is Slarty Bar in 11th spot in the Hyundai Genesis, about 20 odd seconds further back from Molten Ash, and then a bit over a minute behind Devil
in the pits again.
So that mistake in the pits costing Slarty Bar a fistfuls of time.
We'll be able to see what kind of gap Seekers is going to have on Devil, because Devil's just pitted again.
And Smurf joining Devil in the pits as well, which would promote Darth Berserk up into second. And Darth Berserk is also going to jump Devil Racer in the pits. Same with Gimp and MCDC. I don't believe Broken Spoke. Broken Spoke's going to get out just ahead of Devil Racer. So 6th spot, Devil Racer comes out from that stint, and about 20 seconds behind Seckers.
Yeah, it's just not going to be enough of a gap, is it?
Well, he's got So Devil Race has got to make a few passes here. Because he is on the fresh softs and full fuel tank.
And Seca's yet to run mediums.
Seckers is on his mediums now.
He's on his mediums now. Oh, okay. Yeah, right. So after this stint, we should after these next round of pit stops, we should get a really clear picture about where people are going to sort of shake out, because everyone will be on softs and everyone will be on their last pit strategy.
Viper, it is the final race of the season. Bit of reflection on the season you just had. Give us a bit of a high, a bit of a low. Favourite moment, what you're going to miss from season 9?
Favourite moment is probably Monza. That's going way back. I think it was like one of the first rounds. But had a couple of podiums, and had a podium in the second race too, where I came back through the field and you know, started from second or third last on the grid and came back through the field and got a podium. So that was good. And my Bathurst race, I mean, it wasn't the greatest. I had a bad spin going up the straight, going up the mountain, just a weird thing, kind of just all on my own, touched the fence and nosed it into a gap and just stopped, literally stopped dead. And then drove it all the way back to 5th place, so 6th place, sorry. And looks like, fingers crossed, after tonight we'll know for sure, but looks like probably have won the Division 4 championship. So that's it's been a great season. And being in the Rusties team with those guys too has been really awesome. So they've been a great bunch of guys. So it's been really, really good.
Yeah, well, for me, it's been a bit of an up and down season. I've missed a couple of rounds. I've had a couple of poor results. Bit of some up and down results for me. Definitely would have to say that the joy for me this season came just last week with the overall win for race 2 at Lake Maggiore in the Ferraris. That was definitely a big surprise for me out of left field. Being the fastest guy I've wheel to wheel one time.
Yeah, man, that's impressive. Congratulations.
Yeah, look, I've always sort of been close to those guys, but to be able to be the fastest guy of the league for one race or one round, I'm still in a bit of shock and awe from that one. And then probably also going along with the highlight for the season, taking out probably a stat or an award that wouldn't get too much limelight or doesn't carry a lot of weight, but most fastest laps of the season. Didn't pick one up throughout my race, racing some faster guys in Split 2, but was able to pick up 11 fastest laps of the season. So showing that I have a bit of that pace in me when I can ring out a good lap time.
Yeah, that's impressive. Showing some really, really good pace there. You just
lowlights of the season were probably the couple of the few very many bad rounds or bad races I had. Again, going back to last week, just failing to capitalise on results in race 1, race 3 for a really decent points haul. But yeah, across the board, a couple of surprise results throughout the season, a couple of big lulls and big downers, but that is the joy of motorsport, the joy of racing. With the incredible highs you have come the incredible lows, and driving the Viper this season was a bit of a challenge, bit of a learning curve involved with that one, but overall a bit of fun.
Yeah, it's certainly been an awesome season. It's my first full season, and I've really enjoyed it. So I'd encourage anyone who wants to get out on the track. With Gran Turismo 7 coming, it's almost going to be a fresh start for everyone, because no one really knows what Gran Turismo 7 is going to be like, how it's going to behave. So everyone will be on a even level playing field at the start. So if anyone is interested, now would be a great time to get involved and sign up for next season.
Just hoping we can transfer our liveries and decals across.
I heard a rumour. I mean, not confirmed, but I have heard some rumours.
I guess we're just going to have to wait and see when the game comes out. But
definitely.
Battle pack forming here at the moment between Molten Ash, Darth Berserk and Smurf and your mum for 5th, 6th and 7th. Darth Berserk's just come out of the pits about a lap or so ago. He's running his mediums. He's just lost out to Smurf at Hell Corner. And Molten Ash as well running mediums at the moment. Currently going through Sector 1 with the PB. About a 10th up on his personal best. Amy, you got any thoughts you want to share with us from this season?
Oh yeah, my season started out alright. I was picking up 300 points around. Yeah, it just got progressively worse. And I missed out on this big race, which was a disappointment.
Just couldn't find the time, or
yeah, no, I had to go to work today, so.
Oh, work. Ugh.
But I made it home for the visual, so which is all good.
Yeah, we appreciate it a lot. The visuals guys do a good job, that's for sure. It's easy to sit here at the microphone and talk, but yeah, it's different when you're controlling what people see.
Yeah, I enjoy it. It's good.
Give a couple more mentions to our sponsors while we've got a bit of a lull in the action again. Next Level Racing, world leading simulation brand, revolutionising simulation with its industry leading product range. Check them out at nextlevelracing.com. Keep an eye on the wheel stand 2.0, as well as the GT Light cockpit. If you feel like going to a cockpit but don't have the room, the GT Light cockpit is the way to go. Currently sitting in it at the moment, and again, nothing but praises for it. And then I'm not sure if this is true or not, but I believe the wheel stand 2.0 as well is able to support direct drive.
Yeah, the guys at Next...
second place, Gitman has just lost it across Skyline. He's gone for a trip in the grass, and he's lost it big time. Damage to the front left corner. Not sure if we can get a replay if we got that live, Hammy.
He's coming across the top, heading towards the grate. Does he hit the grate? And when he comes out of that, yeah, he just hits the grass and spins it into the wall. Usually what happens there.
And MCDC and Gitman going side by side through the chase. None of them letting up, and MCDC manages to get the move done down the inside. Big move there in the Falcon Mercedes by MCDC, but those guys looking to race hard and race on, and not thinking about the overall time, thinking about the podium glory, and that's just invited.
They've got our net race leader coming up behind him in a hurry too, so he's not going to want to get mixed up with these guys. He's going to want to get past them and get moving.
And all three of them tucking into the slipstream. And Gitman's going to look for a move down the inside here into Griffin's Bend. And he's
inside
got
turns
the
into
move
the outside.
done.
Can he hold it?
And
2 for the price of 1.
Devil's going to try and sneak his nose room around the outside through the cutting. That's not going to work for him.
Oh, big slide.
Sokio drifting on the exit of the cutting. Oh, these three guys are covered by an oily rag at the moment as they go across through the grate over McPhillamy Park. Gitman a bit slower through the skyline, not looking to find any grass this time by, and Devil Race is getting held up here. Looks like he's getting held up here for sure by MCDC, and
that's always the gamble with that 4-stop strategy. If you get caught in the mid-pack, it's going to cost you.
Or not only that, it's just you just got caught at a bad time when these guys were just fighting.
He should be able to clear MCDC now.
Or MCDC wasn't making it too easy for Devil, but the slipstream prevails.
So that Corvette's just next level, out of the corners and down the straight.
Next on the list for Devil is the Gimp. Porsche versus Corvette.
Those rear tyres on that Porsche are looking decidedly second-hand, which it's gonna hurt Gimp over the mountain.
Yeah, right rear tyre does definitely take a lot of a beating around the mountain.
And Seekers is rubbing his hands together. He's pulling out 13 seconds.
Well, and Devil's going to look down the inside here at Quarry, and Gimp's not going to fight that too hard. And job done there for Devil. Textbook move.
Yeah, now he's just got to try and make up that time.
13 seconds is the gap between first and second.
He's lost about 2 seconds on that lap, getting stuck behind those guys.
And fuel's coming back here a little bit for Seckers. A little bit under a quarter tank, but the Devil, all things considered, his fuel isn't too much greater than Seckers, so final stop's going to be very interesting here between these two guys. And the Gimpman's managed to, after his spin about a lap or two ago, he hasn't lost too much time in the following laps, which a great recovery for the Gimp. One driver who has fallen off here a little bit is Darth Berserk, back in 6th spot. He was fighting for a podium as well, but either strategy hasn't gone his way or medium tyre running not favouring him too much.
Yeah, he's on the mediums now, and it's about a second a lap slower.
Seckers in the pits early.
Yeah, well, this was always going to be it. Like, he did 11 laps on his first stint on softs.
You'd think he'd try and run the mediums out a little bit longer and get a shorter run on the softs for the final stint to give him something to fight with.
I think, yeah, because he's going to have to save. He's going to have to save fuel now.
Looks like he's just trying to undercut Devil a little bit. Go back to 7th at the moment. 7th, 8th and 9th are all covered by an oily rag, going side by side through the chase. Malt Nash into the pits, and Broken Spoke. Big dive down the inside through the final corner. Bozza does the cutback.
Now break him into hell.
Maybe not.
No! Oh.
Thinks better of it.
That's cost him some time there. Gimp Man's just fresh out of the pits on mediums. You've got to watch your braking into here on the mediums on full tanks. You can easily put it into the wall.
And we've got a yellow flag up ahead.
Who's that?
Oh, it's Smurf. Smurf's
no.
looped it at the cutting. Can we get
That's
a
a
replay of
terrible-
that one, that Hammy? He's in 8th at the moment.
That's a terrible place to spin to because it's really hard to get your car turned around in that narrow section.
And Griffins coming up to the cutting. And he was out wide, and as soon as you get out dirty, on the dirty side on the outside, he's just spun it in the cutting. No good for him.
Picked up a few marbles there, and maybe a bit of body work from Lowndes v Murphy, Ambrose v Murphy, sorry, all those years ago. One moment very hard to forget.
Yes, that was interesting, having them pull onto the side of the track and get out of the cars and nearly have fisticuffs in the middle of the track. That was interesting.
Gap to keep an eye on here at the moment, Viper. 20 seconds between Devil and Seckers. Seckers has done his final stop, doing 11 laps on the softs. Look for Devil to come in for his final stop, this time by as he goes through the cutting.
It's going to leave him 9 laps on the...
Yeah, 9 laps for the Corvette sounds about right.
Yeah, 9 laps on softs. He'll still have to save a little bit. He won't be able to run flat out, I don't think, doing 9 laps.
He'll be running as flat out as he can.
Yeah.
Considering the pace he's been running tonight.
Yeah, I'm a bit surprised that Seekers didn't run another lap on those mediums and allow himself to run a bit faster on the softs.
Looks like he's just getting the undercut done on Devil, trying to maybe make a bit of time on fresh softs for his final stop.
He's going to try and get track position and then hold him off for the rest of this, for the last 10 laps. Devil's in. Oh, watch that pit entry, Devil. So War Darth Berserk back into a podium spot. He's going to be in this lap as well.
Broken Spoke will have another lap or two, probably another lap.
Gimpman's running to the end, I would assume. Bozza is in this lap. MCDC is running to the end. Mac and Jack will need to stop. And Smurf will be in this
Devil
lap.
races out. Devil has got 14 seconds to find. 14 seconds across 9 laps, that's a big ask. Very, very big ask.
Track position is everything at the end of the race, and Seekers has it. Devil wants it. It's all going to come down to the last couple of laps.
And fatigue's going to be something that comes into play as everyone does their final cycle stops.
Yeah, it only takes a split second to lose concentration, and that'll end your race in a heartbeat.
Oh, Broken Spoke finding the wall through the grate there. God, that was almost reminiscent of Brock Fenian. Found the wall at the grate.
We got past lap 32, so the Landstar boys will be happy.
Yeah, it doesn't look like there's going to be too many more retirements from these guys, if any at all. A little bit of a battle pack considering where guys are on track at the moment, is Devil, Broken Spoke, Gimp and MCDC. They're going to be your 4 closest guys. Although, as soon as I say that, you've got Bozza and Maltnash 7th and 8th. They're about a second from each other.
And they're going to, looks like they're going to be on the same. It looks like they're going to run to the end. And Bozza's in way better fuel and tyres than Maltnash.
Yeah, you're not wrong about that. I think, can we just stick on board with Bozza for a few moments, please, Hammy? And I'm pretty sure he is running a special livery tonight.
Yeah, BOC gases.
Sorry guys, I don't have that one.
Yeah, I don't believe there's going to be too much information on that one, but the Team BOC runs into the veins of Brad Jones Racing, I believe it is.
Yeah, Jason Bright. Looks like BOC gases Jason Bright livery.
If you've got any more information on that one for me, Viper.
Just looking through now to see if I can find some more info. I think there must be a early 2000s livery. I think it was on a Commodore originally. But yeah, beautiful, another beautiful job done by, let me just see if I can see who's done that one.
ISA Renegade.
Yeah, Renegade.
Jason Bright's Team BOC entry from somewhere in the past.
Yeah, I think it was 2000s, early 2000s, I think. But yeah, Renegade's another one of the livery freaks. The amount of liveries that guy pumps out, not just for wheel to wheel, but in other leagues as well, is phenomenal. So he is prolific with his livery designs. Like he did the Red Bull Corvette as well, that Darth Berserk's running.
Yeah, the livery department in wheel to wheel is strong.
Yeah, definitely.
Give you a run through the field because it looks like everyone's cycled through for their final stop, so it's a sprint to the finish now. Seca's leading the way, 12.9, or call it 13 seconds to Devil Racer in second on lap 37.
We've got Gimp Man in the Jim Beam Porsche, and MCDC in the Falcon Mercedes.
Fifth place goes to Darth Berserk, just going through Griffin's Bend, about 26 seconds behind MCDC. So field split up in about 2 or 3 different portions as they all sprint to the finish here in all their final stints. 6th spot, Broken Spoke on the medium tyres for his final stint in the Super Chip Auto Aston Martin. He's done an amazing job tonight considering he has to he runs an automatic gearbox.
Yeah, that's impressive. That thing is a thirsty boy. So he's done well to get it around. Got Bozza followed very closely behind. He's only 8/10 behind in the BOC Mercedes. And Maltnash in the Lansdale Aston following him. He's about a minute off the leader and about 5 seconds behind Bozza.
9th place, Maccajack in the Mustang. Again, he's run a relatively decent race considering the Mustang's weaknesses with fuel and aero and God knows what else.
And everything.
About 10.5 seconds off Maltnash, a bit over, or just under a minute 10 behind Seckers for the overall lead, and it looks like Broken Spoke, just up ahead in 7th spot, has lost a position to Bozza through the chase, and quickly jump back to Smurf in 10th spot in the Shannon safety car, was making its way up to the right place, right part of the field, but a spin through the cutting a couple of laps ago has cost him a lot of time. About lap 33 that spin happened, and rounding out the field in 11th spot is Slarty Bar in the Hyundai Genesis, minute 15 off the pace. He's done well to try and maintain time after the pit entry shenanigans.
Yes, and the spin at Hell Corner.
And the spin at Hell Corner, I completely forgot about that one as well.
It's Devil Race has taken 2 seconds out of Seekers in that lap. He's done the fastest lap of the race at 2:01.7 compared to a 2:03.
2:01.7. That's lightning pace for Split 3. That is almost qualifying pace.
Yeah, well that's it. He's got to run qualifying laps from now to the end to make up that extra pit stop.
It's just dipped under 11 seconds with about 5 laps to go. So he's looking. He almost needs to make 2 seconds a lap now, or a bit over 2 seconds a lap now, if he's going to pick up that time on Seckers.
Yeah, he's got to get past him too. So
yeah, well, making up the time's one thing. Making a pass around the mountains another. That gap just growing bigger and bigger for Seckers.
We've got Gimp Man.
Ooh, MCDC just finding the marbles at the cutting. That loses him probably about a second or so on the Gimp Man.
The Gimp's made a really good comeback. I mean, he had a pretty big moment right at the start of the race, coming down Forest Elbow, and was like putting along in 3rd gear going down the Conrod Straight. So he's made a great
Don't forget that
comeback.
massive spin he had across Skyline.
Yeah,
probably about 5-10 laps ago now.
That's a great drive by him to get that back up into a podium spot.
He's done a really good job in the Porsche as well, showing the strengths of the Porsche and taking it across the top of the mountain. Then first split of the field here is Darth Berserk, about 26 seconds behind MCDC. He's run a relatively good race tonight, Darth Berserk, in the Red Bull livery Chevrolet Corvette.
That's about 2 seconds. About 1.5 seconds that lap.
Yeah, still not enough though for Devil. He needs to go a bit quicker. A 2.7 compared to a 4.1. So look, he is making time, but he needs to hurry it up a bit more.
3 laps to go. It's like not going to have any problem getting that Porsche home on fuel. Tyres are starting to look a bit second-hand. But Devil is certainly pushing hard to try and catch him. We've got Smurf and Mackajack together.
just jumped on board with the Gimp again in third spot. He had a massive moment in the grade, and that's going to cost him the position on MCDC.
Look out.
Closed
Up
the
through
door on him,
Skyline.
closes the door on him, but MCDC just fights through and gets that position. So MCDC in third spot. Can we get a replay, please, Hammy, of the Gimp? See if we can find out what happened across the grate.
Yeah, I just got him when he was up to the grate, and he must have went wide. Darth Berserk just come underneath him.
So MCDC must have gone underneath him.
Yeah, looks like Gimp wants that place back.
Well, he's got a bit of a challenge on his hands because MCDC is on the softs and the Gimp is on medium tyres, so he's gonna have to do it on some luck and a lot of luck and a little bit of pace.
He's going to have to try and draft past him, I think. Stick with him over the mountain and try and pass him down into the chase.
He's well on the slipstream here.
Oh, no, he's going to go up through Griffin's.
Pulls out. He's got the inside line in Griffin's bend. He's not giving MCDC any room whatsoever, and hangs MCDC out to dry. And a solid move there from the Gimp to reclaim the podium position. But he's gone wide at the cutting. He's managed to bring it back in from the depth, though. It's not very often you can say you go wide at the cutting and then bring yourself back in to find the apex.
Yeah, that's usually you having an intimate relationship with a concrete wall after that happens. So he's done very well there.
Yeah, the front 8 seconds is the gap between Seckers and Devil Racer, so that race win getting further and further out of Devil Racer's reach unless he can pull a miracle.
Well, they did almost identical lap times on the last lap. The 2:03.9 versus a 2:03 flat. So yeah, that's definitely not enough. With only 2 laps to go, Seeker's 888, race to lose, you would have to say.
Oh, I have to agree with you on that one there, Viper. Unless a major mistake comes out of Seckers, but he's run a relatively good race tonight.
It's been very consistent. And the Gimp starting to gap MCDC. I'm surprised. I thought that Merc would come back at him down Conrod.
Really pushing hard on those medium tyres. The Gimp man really eking out every last possible second he can. But MCDC's run his front tyres quite hard, so I would probably say about 50-50 between those two guys on who could take out the final podium spot. Oh no, I've just jumped on board with Devil across the skyline. He's also touched grass and found the wall. Can we get a replay, please, Hammy?
I would just like to say in advance that neither of us have said anything about Devil.
Across the top, heading towards the grate. He's wide of the grate, he misses it, but he touches the grass on the right hand side and then just spun him into the wall.
And so Devil Race now stuck at a bit of no man's land for the last couple of laps here. 12 seconds behind Seckers, 12 seconds ahead of Gimp, and so a little bit of no man's land for Devil as he runs a little bit wide through the chase again. Probably just a little bit frustrated with himself.
Yeah, a little bit of dirty tyres too. The last lap of the race. Deacons will be looking at that delta and cheering.
The way to the victory is just all but guaranteed now for Seckers after that bit of, well, probably a bit of a mishap there from Devil. It is savable across the top of the mountain or across Skyline. Unfortunately, not so much this time for Devil.
And that's the strategy with that 4-stop strategy, is you just have to push so hard for so long that it's almost inevitable that you'll make a mistake somewhere because you're just pushing so hard, especially in that last stint to try and catch the guy in front of you, that it just puts so much pressure on. You have to be almost millimetre perfect everywhere, and that's a big ask after 42 laps.
Yeah, look, these Super Enduros really push these guys. They really push us to the brink of concentration. It's not very often we run these enduro races, especially these Super Enduros.
Seckers coming down Conrod Straight for the last time. Fuel blinking, but that's not a concern for him at this point. He can pretty much coast home from here. Down through the chase.
And lights
down
are
to
flashing.
Murray's.
I think he knows he's got it.
He's got it. He's happy. Into Murray's.
Doesn't take the right off to the Bathurst Hotel. He takes the left. And he takes the checkered flag for an emphatic victory for Seckers.
That's a great drive.
Doing the Lowndes livery proud.
Devil coming home
Racer
for
in second.
And Gimp looks like he's got that podium place sewn up there. Down into Murray's on the brakes, turns it in. Stay clear of the ripple.
Oh, he's out of fuel!
Oh,
he's out of fuel!
Oh my god!
Oh no!
Oh.
He must have thought the finish line was the first line, but no.
Oh, that's devastating.
Tragedy at the 12th hour for the Gimp. He has managed to run out of fuel and given up third place to MCDC.
MCDC is probably sitting in that car going, what has just happened?
Darth Berserk in 5th, Bozza 6th, Broken Spoke 7th. Amazing drive from Broken Spoke after 43 laps.
Malt Nash coming through for 8th. Div 3 contender, Mackajack.
Mackajack manages to get past Smurf for 9th spot, so we'll have to wait and see until the results come in whether Mackajack manages to take the chockies. Smurf in 10th, and last of the runners, Slarty Bar in 11th after a DNF from Palmer and a no-show from Brutal.
That's a good drive from Slarty Bar. It's always hard when you've just got to lap around at the back by yourself.
Amazing drive from all these guys for 43 laps at Bathurst.
The only thing that Seekers didn't get is the fastest lap.
Yeah, fastest lap goes to Queensland Devil Racer for that one. But what a way to round out the season, and well, drama finishes off the season for Wheel to Wheel. Any last words, Viper?
No, I'd just like to congratulate all the divisional champions in advance. That'll probably all be finalised tomorrow once all the points come through. Just like to thank everyone in the background of the league who makes this thing run. It's a great league, great bunch of guys. It's run really professionally. Thanks to all the visuals guys, all the commentators, and especially big thanks to our sponsors.
Yeah, look, the sponsors have definitely, we haven't given them enough credit this race, but they're the ones that allow us to race week in, week out, and bring the visuals to you guys. A big shout out to the league administrator, Squidley. It's a lot of work running a league of 100 drivers, especially through the method we use. And a big shout out to all the admins and to all the guys in the background, the data entry team.
The stewards.
The stewards. There's just way too many people to thank. The visuals team, the commentators, the guys that show up for the racing week in, week out. It's been an amazing season, especially with the...
Yeah, all the guys that put their hands up every week to host lobbies.
Yeah, again, there's too many names to list off, but without these guys in the background, this league would not be possible. And I think we should round it off now. And I'm looking forward to
GT7. Bring on GT7. I'm so keen. I pre-ordered it the other day. Oh, it's going to be good.
Yeah, look, it's going to be exciting to see what Season 10 brings for the league. But for now, final sign-off for Season 9 of Wheel to Wheel. Final race of the year. Thank you very much, Viper, for joining me in the commentary box.
My pleasure.
And thank you very much, Hammy, for surviving the visuals for us, mate.
Thanks very much, guys, for commentating. And, catch us later.
And until next time, until Season 10 approaches, this has been Wheel to Wheel Racing. We will catch you guys on the flip side.